Whenever you're ready.
Education. This one word can start a lot of controversial conversations. What exactly should education achieve? How should it be done? Which education is better? How do we know if education is being done properly? It's natural that parents will worry about the quality of education their child is receiving. Even if you don't have kids, education for the future is something to consider now. So just choosing a method of schooling can be difficult. Public school, private school, Christian, or maybe homeschooling? Homeschooling. There's another controversial issue right there. Are kids actually being educated, or do they sit around and play all day? How do they learn to interact with other people? Does homeschooling even work? Often homeschooling is given a bad name because of some of these issues. But as a student who has been both homeschooled and educated through a traditional school, I know for a fact that homeschooling is a positive choice if it is a viable option. Work and finances can sometimes get in the way, and for some families, homeschooling just couldn't be possible. But I believe if it is a possibility for a family, they should try homeschooling. Homeschooling is indeed a great experience and a very positive choice. Through my own experience as a homeschooler, I have seen many ways in which homeschooling is a good choice. Today I will discuss 3 ways that a home education is positive: academically, socially, and managerially. First, homeschooling is a positive choice academically. As a homeschooled student, I have found 2 main reasons why this is true. First is that homeschooled students consistently score higher on SAT and ACT testing. Studies have shown that the average score for homeschooled children was at the 85th percentile, while the score for the public school learner was averaged at the 50th percentile. And Brian Ray states in the Academic Leadership Journal that the homeschool student achievement test scores are exceptionally high. The mean scores for every subtest, which are at least the 80th percentile, are well above those of public school students. Something must be working if homeschooled students can show the significantly higher scoring on their standardized tests. There are 2 main factors that contribute to this. The first is positive reinforcement. Through homeschooling, students are not compared to their peers, which means they're not as ashamed when they don't do as well as other students. And children can have the assurance that their parents really do care about them and what is happening in their lives. Luana McGuffey states in her article, "Why We Homeschool," "I wanted my children to know that they mattered. With the extra 8 hours each day that I could invest in my children, I could teach them many life skills and heritage arts that were becoming rare." Also contributing to homeschooled students and scoring higher on their SAT and ACT tests, homeschooled students tend to enjoy learning, which in turn helps them to experience success. With a curriculum built around the student's needs, a whole program for learning can be created based on the needs of the individual student. Parents are able to tailor their curriculum and teaching styles in ways that are most conducive to their child's productivity. Students can work at their own pace, continually being challenged, so they'll never be bored. And they can have the complete attention of their parent instructor. In a classroom with several students, teachers cannot give individual attention to every student, no matter how good they are at their job. And one-on-one tutoring has been widely recognized as the most effective method of education. But the parents have to be involved in order for this to work. If the parents are not going to be committed to helping their child enjoy learning and experiencing the success, then homeschooling will not work. The second reason homeschooling is a positive choice academically is enhanced critical and analytical thinking skills. Martha Poole states that "I enjoyed learning at home because excellence and diligence were duly rewarded." A lot of times in public school systems, students are just trying to get the grade. They want to achieve that A, so they learn that critical thinking can sometimes get in the way. So they avoid thinking critically and just try to get the high grade, what the teacher wants them to say. Students begin to develop their critical thinking skills at a very young age, before they even start school. But once they start school, these skills may not be reinforced or encouraged, and the child loses his ability to think critically. Through homeschooling, however, a parent can continually encourage this critical and analytical thinking. One thing I would like to note is a lot of times parents think they can't homeschool because they're not smart enough or they don't have a good enough education. But actually, homeschooling curriculums basically will teach the lessons for you. You just have to follow the lesson plan that they give you. For example, a lot of times people aren't good in math, and they think they won't be able to teach their child the higher math levels. Well, actually, the curriculums will explain step by step how to solve each problem so you can go through and grade their papers. And I found parents can actually learn along with their students. I actually know a mom who homeschools her children, and she dropped out of high school. She never got a college degree, but her kids are in middle school and she can still teach them. Homeschooling is not only a positive choice academically, but also a positive choice socially. Once again, I have found 2 reasons why this is true. The first is that of diverse relationships. Successful Homeschooling's article, The Social Advantage of Homeschooling, states that home-educated students are much more likely to be actively involved in a variety of community activities that allow them to meet different types of people. Homeschooled children become familiar with and are more involved with adults and other individuals from diverse social, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds. With the availability of various homeschool groups, co-ops, and online coursework, homeschooling offers the opportunity to interact and network with other homeschooled students from many backgrounds and cultures. Extracurricular activities are also a great way for homeschooled students to develop their social skills. According to studies published in the Peabody Journal of Education, almost all homeschool students regularly participate in extracurricular activities. And one survey even found that homeschooled children actually participated in more activities than did children attending a regular school. Homeschooling parents can provide excellent opportunities to develop the social skills of their children through extracurricular activities outside of the classroom, such as organized sports, 4-H clubs, volunteer work, or church activities. So as you can see, homeschoolers do have numerous opportunities to interact with others. Finally, homeschooling is a positive choice managerially. Homeschooling is a positive choice managerially because students can learn time management by working at their own pace. Homeschooling offers a student the ability to develop individual time management skills, not often found in public schools, and to accept responsibility for his own actions without the influences of a whole classroom. To reinforce that, Martha Poole states that, "I acquired time management and other valuable study skills. I also accepted responsibility for much of my own education." Homeschoolers also have greater job flexibility. As they enter their teenage years, homeschooled students have a greater flexibility in job seeking in the hours that they are available to work. And as anybody who's had a job before, you know, employers like flexibility. Homeschooled students can work mornings or afternoons and schedule their class time around their work. Because of the extra time available, homeschoolers can also become entrepreneurs while they're still in high school. Whether academically, socially, or managerially, homeschooling is a great experience. I can honestly say I would not be who I am today without my home education. I believe it has helped me succeed in college and in life. By being homeschooled, I have learned skills that have proved vital to my success. I am glad my parents made the sacrifice to homeschool me and my siblings. Many people view homeschooling in a negative light, but as long as parents are committed to helping their child succeed, homeschooling is indeed a great choice. If it is a viable option for your family, I encourage you to consider the benefits I have just outlined of homeschooling and see how it can be a positive choice for you.